I'm joined by the CEO, Ryan Black. Ryan, thanks for your time. I'm really interested reading your pre-budget submission on artificial intelligence. I know a lot of our viewers are also very much focused on this as an issue from a range of points. But one of the things you're suggesting is that AI could boost our economy by $115 billion a year by 2030. Why is the scope so great there?
Absolutely. This is a huge economic opportunity for our country, Kieran. There are a number of ways in which AI is really going to drive that economic opportunity, mostly through driving improvements in productivity across the economy. We know that productivity is a huge challenge for Australia. Productivity growth is at a 60-year low. This is a ticking time bomb for our economy, for the future of living standards, for inflation and ultimately cost of living. And so it does need to be a big focus, particularly
when you say
budget.
That, does that mean... Because when you say it's going to boost productivity, it will ring alarm bells for a lot of people saying, does that mean less jobs for human beings?
Well, I don't think that's the case. I mean, a lot of what we see with AI, Kieran, is it actually augments jobs rather than replaces jobs. And even where it automates tasks within a job. So that's not necessarily automating a full job. So there are certain things where generative AI is going to be very helpful. So if you think about an office job, typical office job, so helping to write emails, take meeting minutes, those sorts of things. For a software engineer, it can help software engineers write code up to 2 times as fast. And so it's not replacing or automating a full task, but it does help workers get more out of their job. And it allows them to focus more on the high value aspects of their job and to concentrate on those and automates more of those lower kind of value aspects of jobs.
When you look at AI, obviously there are concerns that it can get out of control. In your submission as well, you're putting forward what other countries are doing in terms of regulatory approaches. What do you want to see in terms of regulation? Because obviously that is also important, that government does have an appropriate governance role over this burgeoning industry.
Well, firstly, it's important to recognise that most applications of AI are low risk. And so, think about your everyday uses of technology. When you open up your phone and you use Google Maps, that is using AI. A small business using accounting software like Xero or MyOb, that is using AI. And so we need to be risk-based and proportionate in the approach that we take to AI. That is the approach that the government has signalled that it's going to take. It's really critical that we take an approach that is aligned with and interoperable with what's happening with international standards. And that means concentrating your regulatory efforts around those higher risk use cases. Now, when we do that, it's also important to recognise, and we're seeing this in a lot of countries overseas as well, that there is an extensive legal framework that already applies to AI. AI is not unregulated. And we do need to build on and utilise those laws as much as possible. Now, we released a report last week in partnership with Datacom, which surveyed some of Australia's leading tech leaders, our CEOs and founders, and 2/3 of them identified that AI was going to be the defining tech trend of 2024.
Well, what I was fascinated by is that we have not just 1 or 2 AI companies, we have hundreds of AI companies already up and running in Australia, from small ones to quite developed ones.
Absolutely. Over 500 companies working in AI right now in Australia, and that doesn't take into account all of the other companies across the economy or in technology that are innovating and integrating AI into their operations. So we're seeing that in the technology sector, companies like Canva, Atlassian, for example, really driving AI innovation into their businesses. But this is relevant to every sector. We're seeing it in retail, we're seeing it in banking, we're seeing it in mining. So it is really happening across the economy, and that's where that big economic opportunity is really coming from. Now, to get that right, we don't just need to ensure that we get our regulatory settings right, we also need to make sure that we're improving our skills and talent pipelines, and that we're also driving investment into the economy as well. We're really pleased to see that the Treasurer foreshadowed potential changes to the foreign investment review regime, and that he's looking to announce that in the near future, because foreign investment is really critical for driving that technological innovation as well.
CEO at the Tech Council, Ryan Black, great to see you. Appreciate it.